So yeah, it's about 10th of February, folks. Back in the garden. Mabel's inside having a rest, and I'm starting to revamp the garden. I've got a little bit more energy today, so it's mild. So this is our long, very long back garden. It's about 65 foot by about 18 wide. And as you can see, very, very untidy after the storms. Plus I've not been well, so I'm going to move an apple tree across from here. And I've taken this hedge, I'm slowly taking the hedge out down this side, and I'm moving the trees, the fruit trees, onto this border. As you can see, the Aylesbury, the lighter coloured beak ducks and the hens, these are morans, copper morans. There they are. And the orangey beaks are the Cherry Valley, often crossed with an Aylesbury for egg and meat production. The Cherry Valley is a very, very good for egg production in ducks. I think they're one of the highest. So I'm just going to move things over. I think in hindsight, some of these more narrower conifers, Leylandii conifers, if I trim them down, taking the tops off, you can actually rock them out and pull them out and the root ball comes out. But I made the mistake of cutting them off sort of 8 inches, 10 inches above the ground. And they're difficult to dig out then once you get to that stage. But once they get to about that thickness, about 6 inches plus across, 8 inches possibly, the root ball is much more ingrained and difficult to get out. So I'm slowly replacing them down here. There's still quite a few to come out just here. I rock some of these out, and some of them are going to have to be cut out and dug out, get out the best I can, and then replace them with fruit down this border. We've already got some lovely apple trees in. There's a Golden Delicious there. That's an old apple tree that stayed with me over the years and has been quite productive, but quite small, never grown too big. And that one there, I got some of these from an old hospital site I did landscaping, so they've gone in. And we're followed about by the friends. There's Pablo. The Three Stooges, as they're called. In fact, Pablo's a copper Moran, I tell a lie. And these are cream leg bars, this breed. And they're loving the earth being turned over. So when I do my Simon and Mabel dog walks, these are the hens and the ducks I talk about. So we're going to carry on moving one or two trees over. I'll just leave it running for now. This big cherry to move over. This has had cherries on for a few years now. It's not getting over big. It's not a great idea to keep moving them. But when you're revamping a garden area, obviously you do need to move things about until they're fully in place and you're happy. Here's one of our two cats who are brothers. This is Barnacles, named after Captain Barnacles, I believe. It's Betsy's cat, D'Angelo's cat. You can see the ducks are loving the holes and all the lovely little snacks. So I've moved over the blueberry bush that's gone down there next to that apple and the cherry. So all this stepped area, at least up to here, is going to be taken out very steadily, can be smashed out with a big crowbar. It's just thick old council house concrete mixed with rubble. So we're going to leave that top part to start with. Just take up, it was very handy on a quite steep sloped garden like this, especially in the wet weather. The problem we have is the water coming off the top there and off the garage, overflowing out of the water butt and down into this garden. So you can see after some heavy rain, even when the ducks don't puddle about in it, it's very, very wet. I mean, this is pretty good, to be honest, for This time of year it's dried out a bit. But so much has got left untidy because of my health. Otherwise I'd have been really on top of this. We've had this fence put in here, roughly 6 foot high, concreted posts in, and there's a gate at the top, so the garden's 6 foot all the way around now. So it's handy for the dog. There's a few gaps which need filling in there, down the bottom. And then I've taken all that conif edge out before that. You can see there's still roots in there. So they need either digging out or planting round. And then the plan will be, this is the old shed for the rabbits and hens breeding in there. So that needs retarping, that's another job. Across the top. And then all this area down here is for compost. The big old rabbit hutch there, which my continental giant purr used to live in. He's passed away unfortunately now. And there is a run around the back of that hedge which attaches to it. And then there's going to be another pond in here to take off this water runoff basically. This is going to be dug out here once this path's out. And all this area is going to be revamped. So it's very heavy work. So there's been no light jobs in the garden that I could be getting on with.